Hello. We're going to be talking about helping verbs and past participles in this particular lesson. So let's go ahead and write our name at the top of our paper. So we have three helping verbs, or we have one particular helping verb that gets used a lot, and we have three versions of it. So the helping verb that kind of gets used a lot with past participles is have. And depending on whether we're using I, he, she, it, you, we, or they, so we might have I have some tomatoes. We might say he has some tomatoes. We might say you have tomatoes. We have tomatoes. They have tomatoes. We could do, that's present, right? We could do past tense. We could say, I had a bad day. He had a bad day. You had a bad day. We had a bad day. They had a bad day. So when you're using the verb to have, it's a pretty powerful helping verb. And we use it a lot. And so we're going to be using it when we're talking about the past. So the helping verb such as have, has, or had comes before the main regular verb and tells more about what has happened in the past. Helping verbs must agree with the subject of the sentence. This would be the subject, right? So the verb has to agree with the subject. You couldn't say, I has been to the store, right? I has been to the store. You would say, I have been to the store. So the subject has to agree with the helping verb. Each of these helping verbs with past participles. Now, a past participle is a regular verb. It's the past tense form with ed added to the end. If the verb ends in e, drop the e before you add ed. Past participle forms use helping verbs to show past action. This is kind of the most important part of all of that information. So, for example, they have watched that movie 3 times. This is the helping verb right here, the HV, and this is the past participle, right? Watched is the past participle. She has liked the movie as well. Has is the helping verb. It's up here on our chart. She has. And liked is the past participle, right? So we're looking at helping verbs and how they combine with past participles. All right, so we're going to write the past participle of the verb in parentheses. Underline the helping verb. All right, so let's look at this first helping verb I see. Jane's aunt has. So I'm looking right here. Here's she has. So I'm going to underline that. And then I'm going to write the past participle. So if I have perform, I'm going to take that verb and I'm just going to add ed to it. So I'm going to write performed. Jane's aunt has performed stunts for movies. All right, let's do another one together. She has, well, there's my helping verb, has, work on a movie about spies. Well, I am just going to add an ed on the end of the verb, right? And it becomes worked. All right, let's look at number 3. Many action movies include amazing stunts. Well, we have they, movies, right? Is they. And we're underlining the helping verb to have. And then we have an E here, so we're going to drop the E and add ED. have included. Sorry, the lights keep going out. So we end up with included. Let's look at the last one. Jane's aunt had learned how to do stunts safely. So again, we have, here's the she, here's it's past tense, had. That's our helping verb. And then we're going to find the past participle of learn, which means we're just going to add an ed to the end of it. Learned. If you are a Spanish speaker, you also know about past participles and have used them before. As a French speaker, I've used past participles before. They're a little bit different in French than they are in English, and I'm guessing they're a little bit different in Spanish as well. So in English, we've learned about how to work with them, that it's a verb plus ed on the end. Okay, let's look at the next little section. Underline the past participle in each sentence and write the appropriate helping verb. Okay, so we're flip-flopping our task here. So now we're going to look up here on our little chart, and I'm probably going to zoom out a little bit so I can see it a little bit easier. I can't see it that well. We'll just go back and forth to it. So I'm going to look for past participle. I enjoyed many comedy movies. Well, that's right here. This is the past participle, enjoy. It's going to be the one that has the ed on the end, right? Is the past participle. We're looking for and I enjoyed many comedy movies. So I'm either going to say I have enjoyed many comedy movies, or we're going to say I had enjoyed. I think have sounds a little bit better with the sentence. So we're going to write in have. That director filmed some of the funniest comedies. So I'm seeing, here's our verb and an ed, so that's our past participle. That director filmed some of the funniest comedies. That's either a he or a she, right? So we're going to either use has or had. That director has filmed some of the funniest comedies. That sounds good. We could also say that director had filmed. That works fine too. That's one where I think either one is appropriate. All right, let's look at the next one. We waited to see that actor's latest movie. Well, here's my past participle because it's the verb with the ed on the end, right? Waited. So I'm going to we. We have waited. We had waited. I'm going to say have sounds better. We have waited to see that actor's latest movie. You could also say we had waited. I just think have sounds a little bit better. All right, number 8. He appeared on the movie screen many times. So again, we're looking for the past participle. We're looking for a verb, appear. It ends in ed, so that's going to be our past participle. And then we're finding, I think this one is going to need to be past tense. He appeared on the movie screen many times. So we're going to say he has or he had. I would pick had on that one. He had appeared on the movie screen many times. You could also pick has, though. I don't think we have to be too picky about that. All right, I hope you learned a little bit about using have as a helping verb, right? Making a little chart helps so that you understand how to conjugate the verb, right? Here's my subject, and then I'm going to figure out how the verb is going to sound with each subject. A past participle is just the past tense of a verb that has an ed on it. Sometimes we have past participles as our vocabulary words. This week is an example. Generated is one of our vocabulary words, and generated is the past participle of generate, right? So sometimes we see past participles and we don't even realize that's what they are, especially in our vocabulary study. All right. Hope you have a lovely afternoon. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you understand a little bit about have as a helping verb and also about past participles. And I will talk to you later.